guys, Mark with North Star Aero again. In this video I'm going to talk a little bit about the regulations as of September 28th, 2015 for the UASs or drones. Kind of talk a little bit about what's been going on. There's a few new things, not a ton of new stuff, but there is some proposed rulemaking that is new. So we're going to discuss a little bit of that. And the video I just posted, you guys will see I did get my 333 exemption. Took me about 90 to 120 days. They're saying right now 60 to 90 days. They've really stepped up. They've granted 1,658 exemptions as of the 22nd of September from I think 150 or so in February when I shot the first video. So lots of things going on there. In the description I will link the proposed rulemaking. I will also link the FAA's civil operation basically guide for the UAS, which will show you how to file a 333, how to go through the whole exemption process, and also give you all the information you need to do it. So I think one of the big things and one of the reasons why this whole process has been speeding up is you guys. You guys are the ones that are showing interest. The FAA had put out a notice of proposed rulemaking. The comment period ended in April, and there were over 4,500 comments from the general public on the proposed rulemaking for the UASs. So the FAA is really seeing that, hey, this is a big deal. The public wants to be able to do this for commercial use, so let's try to streamline it a little bit. So when I did my 333 exemption, I got granted up to 400 feet for operations, and most of the other stuff was pretty much on par with the proposed rules, with a couple exceptions, but most of it's pretty much on par with the proposed rules. As you know, with the 333, you can ask for whatever you want. They'll grant you what they want because there aren't any set fast rules right now. So you pretty much, there's kind of a guideline that you have to use, but outside of that, you're pretty much whatever's granted on the 333. So like I said, I'm going to put a link to this, the overview of the proposed rulemaking, but I'm just going to go through a couple things here, just so you guys have a basic understanding. I know before we talked about, the pilot certificate, the medical, and all that stuff. They're streamlining that a little bit, and pardon me for looking over all the time. I got this pulled up on my other screen here. Visual observer, they're talking about making it, not required. In my exemption, it is required. So my 333, I couldn't get it exempted. I tried to, but I couldn't. So I have to have a visual observer. They're requesting operations of maximum altitude of 500 feet and up to 100 knots, or 100 miles an hour, 87 knots. The big thing is the operator. So right now we're dealing with the whole pilot certificate medical thing. So the new proposed rulemaking, which I'm going to get questions on when this is supposed to go through. I have no idea. They haven't done anything with it yet. This is proposed. Comments ended in April, so it's moving at the speed of government. So the proposed rulemaking, operators are required to pass an FAA knowledge test, be vetted by the TSA. So you basically fill out your TSA paperwork like as if you were a pilot, and they just check to make sure that you pass all that stuff. And they're talking about making an unmanned operator certificate. So just like the pilot certificate, it will never expire. However, you will need to pass a recurrent knowledge test every 24 months. Be at least 17 years of age. And keep in mind, this is for commercial use. If you just want to go out and fly a drone, you can fly it, do whatever you want to. But this is if you want to make money using the drone. All right. So FAA can, have request inspections. You still have the, let's see, you still have to report an accident. Aircraft requirements, FAA airworthiness certificate is not required. However, you must maintain the UAV or the UAS in safe operating condition. Aircraft markings are required. Keep in mind, this is all proposed, so who knows what's actually going to happen, but they've carved it down to about a page and a half of what the proposed regulations are. Daylight operations not within 3 miles of an airport, all good stuff. Still an issue with UASs, UASs, drones operating close to airports with causing issues with aircraft. I think so far there have been 650 close call reports. I saw a document earlier on that, which is kind of troubling. I think it's getting a little better, and they're cracking down on it a little bit more. People are being a little bit safer, using some common sense. But yeah, the proposed regulations are fantastic. I mean, basically a page and a half, really simple stuff. My exemption was about 35 pages of all of the kind of regulations, what I can and can't do. But if we can get the proposed regulations, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, they cut out a lot of the stuff that we were talking about as far as the medical and having to be a pilot and all that stuff. And they really kind of streamlined it. So let's just keep our fingers crossed that this is actually going to go through and it's actually going to work. But it seems like because of all the input from you guys, 4,500 comments, it's a big deal. I mean, they're really, pulling together and realizing that they need to do something. So I'm hopeful that, hopefully by the end of the year here, that we'll have, some regulations in place that'll make the operation much simpler. Like I said, almost 1,700 exemptions granted so far. Those are growing more every day. So, lots of stuff going on. I see a lot of it in the real estate field. A lot of people doing photography. I did all the paperwork myself online. Just check the description. I'll give you the link to all the FAA website. Like I said, they're saying 2 to 3 months right now, but it seems like they've streamlined the approval process quite a bit from when I did it. But yeah, I mean, it's becoming pretty straightforward. The first video in February, we were kind of on the cutting edge of what was going on with the 150 exemptions and kind of making it up as we go. And I still did all the paperwork myself. You guys can too. It's a really simple process. I know there's a lot of companies out there that are charging a lot of money to file the paperwork. It's really not that hard. Now, I've heard the movie picture cinematography stuff for motion picture stuff is much more difficult. But as far as taking pictures and video for real estate, things like that, it's not an issue from what I've seen. So I want to say thanks again, guys, for all the comments, all the sharing, likes. It's been a great help. Hopefully we got some awareness out there, and made a small impact on the whole situation. So anyway, it's like I said, much improved over 6 months ago, and hopefully by the end of the year here we'll all see some a good set of regulations in place, and we can start moving forward and growing this field. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Make sure you share our page, share the video. Go to our Facebook page if you'd like to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/NorthStarAero. I post on there constantly videos, just pictures. I fly all over the country and all over the world, really. So I'm always posting videos and different things on there. If you have any questions, post down in the comments. I'll be happy to answer or at least point you in the right direction. And thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you for watching.